Hello everyone, this is Dragon Kid 21 here, and today I thought I would talk about the DLC characters that are going to be coming for Dragon Ball FighterZ. And we know that we're getting we know that we're getting 8 DLC characters for Dragon Ball FighterZ. And I thought I'd make a list of the 8 characters I would like to see for the roster as DLC. Now, there's going to be a couple of obvious ones, and, there's going to be a couple of obvious ones that are on the list, plus ones that I personally do want to be in the game as DLC, or maybe even later on if they get more DLC, who knows. And I'm making this list, now because I think we are pretty much done with the reveals for the main roster for the game. And I think the only thing they really have to reveal next is the DLC characters. So, unless you think otherwise, like if you think there's more characters to be announced right before the game gets revealed, then sure, why not? But I think the roster as is probably the roster we're going to get in the base game, and then we're going to get the 8 DLC characters. Alright, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with my wish list. Now, to get 2 of the obvious ones right off the bat, I can't really show them in the video because they're not in this game, at least not yet. But the first character we should just obviously pick to be on DLC for that game is Ultra Instinct Goku. Yeah, because of the tournament power going on right now, it's really popular right now. Of course, Ultra Instinct Goku is more than likely going to be DLC for Dragon Ball FighterZ. And I can see him play pretty differently, actually, from like Blue Goku or regular Goku that's already in the game. Ultra Instinct Goku could be like really fast, have a lot of counters, that kind of style for that version of Goku in the game. But yeah, I think Ultra Instinct Goku is going to definitely be on the list of DLC. The next obvious one is Jiren to go alongside Ultra Instinct Goku, which, yeah, it would make sense. And I'm talking about just Jiren. You know, they wouldn't do like a Ginyu Force thing with him in this game, because Jiren, he fights by himself. He's popular enough, he's powerful enough to be his own standalone character without any assist characters helping him out. And yeah, and he's going to be the only Pride Trooper I have on this list, mainly because that I think the only character they really need to add is Jiren. If they want to add Toppo, sure. And with Toppo, if they add Toppo, they could give him like the assist Pride Trooper characters for his character in the game, like with Dispo and the other Pride Troopers. Toppo could have them part of his moveset, but for Jiren, he's just going to be by himself. I feel like that's how they're going to do it. Alright, moving on from those 2 characters, the next 2 I'm picking would be Broly. He seems like a pretty obvious character they would pick for that game. It seems likely that Broly will be probably DLC. I wouldn't understand why he wouldn't be. And I can see him being pretty strong in Dragon Ball FighterZ, actually being like a complete tank and just destroying whoever he's fighting. Yeah, I think it would be pretty awesome to have him in the game. As for like his special moves and level 3 and stuff like that, like you could have like his gigantic meteor be his level 3. You know, you could have like Buster Shell be like his level 1. Yeah, it really just depends. Or you could have like something that will like increase his power. You know, like one of his special moves could be like he's increasing his power more and more. But yeah, Broly is the 3rd character I would have for DLC. As for the 4th character, that will be Bardock. I feel like it should be that this one should also be pretty obvious that he should be DLC. Or at least part of the DLC roster is Bardock. Probably not, you know, Timebreaker Bardock, because that's like for the XENOVERSE games pretty much, but for Dragon Ball FighterZ, Bardock should definitely be in the game as DLC one way or another. And I could totally see some of his special moves. Like Saiyan Spirit could be like his level 3, his Riot Javelin could be his level 1, where he just throws out that ball of energy. But yeah, and they should this is kind of tricky, but I would want his level 3 to be Saiyan Spirit, but it would be cool if they gave him his Super Saiyan transformation. Like, either have him straight off be Super Saiyan, or have him be able to turn into Super Saiyan. But, yeah, I feel like Bardock should definitely probably be in the game as DLC, as my 4th character. Now, as my 5th character, we're going to get into more super stuff. And as my 5th character, we're going to have Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Right? Let me check my list. Yeah. As my 5th character, we're going to have Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. I'm surprised that Vegito himself isn't already in Dragon Ball FighterZ, but, oh, maybe he could be. He could be like a secret unlockable character, but I don't know that, so that's why I'm having him on the list. And I'm picking Blue Vegito because that's like the current version of Vegito, and it'd be pretty cool. You know, he can have Final Kamehameha as his level 3, Spirit Sword as one of his other supers. He'd probably be a pretty rushed down character with a pretty good amount of ranged moves. But yeah, Vegito Blue would be my 5th character for DLC. And speaking of Vegito Blue, to go alongside him, I would put Fuse Zamasu. Yeah. Because considering, yeah, Goku Black, he's already in the game, and he has Zamasu as part of his moveset. So it would be cool to have Fuse Zamasu be put into the game as DLC to just kind of complete that out. Because we already have Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta in the game, so it would make sense to put Blue Vegito and Fuse Zamasu in the game also. Yep. And let's see. Yeah, his Divine Wrath could totally be his level 3, and whether or not they allow him to like turn into his corrupted form in Dragon Ball FighterZ would I wouldn't mind if they didn't. You know, if they didn't add the corrupted version of Merge Zamasu. If they just had like this version and he didn't turn or change at all, I would be fine with that. But yeah, Blue Vegito is number 5, and Fuse Zamasu is number 6. Now, as the last 2 characters, this might, you know, anger some people from my 2 choices, but I think it was in an interview that they said that this game would have characters from all generations of Dragon Ball, or something like that. I think it was something like that. Or it would appease the fans of all generations of Dragon Ball, or something. I don't know. It's something on the lines of in the lines of that. I think it was said something like that. But the 2 characters I would choose for the last 2 would be Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. And I'm saying that because if they're going to like have fans from all generations enjoy this game, I feel like they have to have some sort of GT representation, because we all have to get over the fact that, yeah, GT is something. It happens, you know? There are fans of it, and there are people who are not fans of it. I personally like a big part of it, but yeah, it has issues. I don't like everything in GT, but I think like with XENOVERSE, they're doing good with how they're including GT in the game. Even though it's not part of the story, they're including GT characters in their games, you know? Like, they don't have to be part of the story, just add the characters, because there are fans of these characters that they get upset when GT isn't in the game, or the characters at least. So, yeah. Well, yeah, those are going to be my 2 choices, Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I feel like both of them would kind of need to be in the game. I mean, I guess you could switch out one of them for like Omega Shenron, so you have like a hero and a villain from GT, but I feel like we should just get Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta as the two last characters, or two of the DLC characters. It's just they're number 7 and 8 on my list. But yeah, I feel like that should be the roster, the DLC roster for Dragon Ball FighterZ. I don't know if it's going to happen like that. We could get more movie characters, we could get different super characters, who knows. But that's just my own personal list. Let me know what you feel should be the DLC in the comments. Like, what are your picks for DLC? This is just my own personal list. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys later.